to be around you. I'm not scared to take a chance.
Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another vlog from us.
To another YouTube update.
Yes. Well, today we're going to do something different because we have officially been living in our van for 3 months. Can you believe that? 3 months.
It's been one hell of an experience, shall we say.
Oh my God. And I literally would say we've not had one day where we're like, oh,
Bad
regret
choice.
this.
Wish never done that.
No. So we thought in this video, we're going to be, 1, explaining why we wanted to go van life.
2, how we made van life happen.
And 3, the must-haves to live in a van full-time. Welcome back to our channel. We are Lauren and David, an engaged couple from Kent. Since meeting each other 18 months ago, our lives have been a whirlwind of change and transformation. We have not only transformed ourselves, but our reality has transformed too. Because of our love for travel and adventure, we have decided to take a leap and go full-time van life. So guys, this is our van and she's called Union. And in this episode, we're going to be talking all things van life. So make sure you stay tuned.
Watch.
So this is where we basically park up most of the time when we're not traveling. As you can see, we're right by our new barn stables conversion that David and I had been converting over how long? 5 months? We spent converting this amazing barn. And this barn is on the land of my mum's house, where she amazingly let us have a stable that wasn't in use because it was so derelict. And we actually converted the whole barn and made it livable. It's not actually our home because it can't be a home, but it has all of our living space. It's got space for us to hold our retreats and for us to just hang out in when we want more space from the van. And especially with David's 2 children, we needed a little bit more room on the weekends that we were just chilling at home.
So if you're new around here and you want to see our barn conversion, we actually vlogged the whole lot, so you can go check that out alongside our van conversion. So now we're about to take a beautiful little walk down to one of our favourite spots to have a bit of breakfast and to talk a little bit more as to why we chose van life. So let's talk about some of the reasons as to why we chose van life. Reason number 1, because we absolutely love to travel. And so it made sense that the best way to travel without all the aggravation of flights, hotels, accommodation and everything else that comes with going on some kind of vacation, van life really just encompasses it all. It's your home on wheels. You can go anywhere, stay anywhere, and it just gives you that freedom to just pick up, pack up and drive. And we absolutely, that's probably the best thing about van life for us.
Yeah.
is that whenever we want a vacation, we just jump in the van and we're off.
And when we did that 11-day trip around Europe, we could never have done that just by flights and accommodation. Like, it would have cost us a fortune. Just having our home on wheels was, we were able to travel to all the places we wanted to and stay over as long as we wanted, as short as we wanted. We're very spontaneous like that, aren't we?
Super spontaneous.
And having a van allows that spontaneity. A no-brainer for us. So I remember sitting on the table with you in December and saying, let's do van life. We'd been watching a few YouTube videos, hadn't we?
I think it starts there with everybody. You get a little bit interested, you get on YouTube, you watch some van life YouTube videos, and then before you know it, if you're really that serious and it appeals to you, you're making the moves to make it happen.
Yeah, because we went camping this time last year and there was some campers there and it just got us interested like in van life. We were like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, we don't need to have tents all the time. Like, let's see if this is a possibility. We were just interested, and then just watching other people doing the van life was just, okay, we have to do it. Like, we knew, didn't we?
We were absolutely hooked by it. Hooked.
Yeah, absolutely hooked. So summer to December, it was like, right, I'm really considering this. And then December, sitting at my family's table, we were like, we're doing this, we're going to do it. We just made our mind up. And I never forget, because the moment I went, we're going to do it,
I was like, yeah, I know this is going to happen. Like,
it was like a pure knowing, we're going to make this happen.
And so another reason as to why we chose van life is because we was kind of fed up of living in the same place all of the time. We felt very stagnant in our flat, and always waking up in the same place, the same sceneries, everything was always the same. It kind of felt a little bit like Groundhog Day. So being in the van and being able to wake up anywhere in the world, that's truly something that you can't actually treasure until you experience it. People ask us all the time, what's van life like? And I'm like, we can tell you all of the pros, but until you actually experience it, you can't really realise what van life truly has to offer. But just as one example, waking up in Bruges in the back of our van, we're so used to being in the van, but opening the door and you can be anywhere. And that's something that's completely priceless, and it makes every day new, it makes every day exciting, and it gives that sense of adventure.
And David and I definitely thrive when we have that sense of adventure.
Yeah.
And we definitely get inspired, we get inspiration, we get freedom feeling, we get just this priceless feeling when you know you don't have to be where you are. Like this week, the weather's nice. Let's go down to Camber Sands, or let's go down to a coastline, or let's go to a forest. Let's do something different. We just can. Like, we don't have to think about money. We don't have to think about the expenditure. It's just, we could just pack up and go.
Yeah, it's literally just a bit of fuel.
Yeah.
That's all it is fuel. And then the final thing, or one of the most things that's definitely a benefit, is you're no longer tied to renting agreements, you're no longer tied to mortgages or to rent to extremely high gas and electric bills. I mean, the cost of living in the UK is through the roof at the minute. It's ridiculous. But to live in our van, other than fuel costs and the cost of the van, it costs us £12 every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Electric's completely free. Gas costs us nothing. So it's actually a really cheap way of living as well. And a great way if you want to invest and save some money.
And on that note, with the expenditure of the van, we take ourselves to 2 on how we made van life happen.
Kind of jealous of the cup size you got.
I know, flat white's always smaller.
Trying to cut down on latte from my milk consumption, so
It's
flat
cute.
white it is at the minute.
And it's pink. Yeah, we're at Daisy Gray right now, which is our local little restaurant, sort of cafe, lunch, breakfast, and it's so pretty here. And we can sit outside with our dogs, so it's lovely. How we made van life happen. Oh my gosh. So we had no clue, like, how we were going to afford it, how much it was going to cost. Like, we had no clue, did we? From that moment, we decided.
I think it was the choice between, do we convert it ourselves or do we get it professionally converted? I think that's the first big step that people make, is making that choice.
I asked for a few quotes, a few messages I sent out on Instagram, just of companies that I found that were doing van conversions at the time, just to get a rough ballpark on how much it was going to cost. And, the replies were pretty hefty. And I'm talking about, one of them was at £33,000, not including the van.
I think as a ballpark figure, you're looking anywhere between £25,000 and £35,000 for a van conversion without the van.
Professional conversion, guys. You could get it done cheaper if like you knew a carpenter or you knew a friend that knew about electrics and plumbing and carpentry and stuff like that. Like you could go cheaper, but every professional conversion company out there, between 25 and 40
Yeah.
plus. That's what we were looking at. So we were like, okay, this is what it's going to cost. And then what did we do? We went on Quirky Campers, and that was definitely the start point of like seeing how much it would cost to buy it readily made. Yeah, that was the other option, wasn't it? To buy it already done, already made on Quirky Campers. And we found quite a few there, didn't we?
It was actually where we found the guy that done our conversion in the end, by looking at one of his other vans that he had for sale. But unfortunately, after making some inquiries, he sold it last minute, we was kind of bummed about it. But because we loved his work so much, we was like, can you build our van?
We actually went to view. So we were on the phone, van that was on the Quirky Campers. It was our favourite one, and it was up for 45,000. 45,000 including the van. So we were like, okay, let's just have a little look. Let's go up there, and we fell in love with it, didn't we? The whole layout. So it had a lot of ticks of how we envisioned our van layout. We'd seen quite a few different layouts, but we always knew we needed to be able to sleep 4 people. 1, because we've got 2 children, and 2, because we wanted to host guests and fall comfortably. He said to us
that if we find a van, that he would be able to do a conversion for us, and we was already sold on his work, so it was a no-brainer for us. I think the thing that worries us, although you can do a van conversion cheaper yourself, with a lot of the people that we was following that had done the van conversions themselves, their experiences a lot of problems, whether it was electrical problems, gas problems, water problems, and we wanted to live in our van full time, so we prioritised that everything was to be done professionally, so we didn't have any hiccups, so he wasn't running out of electric, so he wasn't experiencing leaks or problems or faults or anything like that. Although we paid a premium to have our van professionally done, we've been in it 3 months and it hasn't skipped a beat. Everything works properly, it hasn't let us down, touch wood. Everything works as it should, and that gives us a lot of satisfaction, but there's also
a lot of safety
a lot of
that
safety
that we're in a legitimate van.
Yeah, the company that built our conversion actually gives us a 6-month warranty on anything that went wrong, so we kind of have that kind of safety net and that security that the van is legit. When
we were discussing like how much it was going to cost, like if we got our van, how much would he do it for? He said for 27 he would convert the van, our van that we buy for us, in 8 to 10 weeks. So that was then mission find a van.
I think when it comes to finding or having a van conversion, the most important aspect before you start to invest any money into whether it's your own conversion or professional conversion is finding a van that's suitable for the job. Now, we chose Mercedes Sprinter because of their durability, because of how well they're built, because of the size of the van, just because they're actually probably one of the most reliant vans on the market. So we spent a good 3 weeks looking for vans, driving all around the country, test driving them, looking over them. And the biggest problem we probably found was consistency with mileage, especially the Sprinters that are doing a lot of miles, are actually having their miles clocked, which means they're being changed. So it's always important that you're doing all your DVLA checks and you're just making sure that you can prove the mileage of the van is legitimate. Now, the mileage that we brought on our van was 90,000, which seems like quite a lot, but we was able to prove its full service history, we was able to prove its mileage, we was able to know that it only had one owner, that it wasn't used as a parcel delivery van. We also got a 3-month warranty with it, which kind of give us that safety again of any mechanical issues that might have come up.
So having that security on the van was definitely something we chose to do. Like, we were looking at cheaper options. Like, in my head I was like, right, I don't want to spend any more than 19, 17 plates and above. I didn't want anything 16, and we wanted it to be Euro 6, so then we can travel into Europe without any emission limits. Kind of knew what we wanted in our head. Like, it had to feel right. It took a few trips, didn't it, to find our van. And then eventually we went down to Bristol
van base.
We were like, this is the one. You knew.
As soon as I took it for a drive, because I'd test drived a number of vans before, getting in this one, we just knew, I was like, yeah, this is the one.
This one was 23 grand, but there was no VAT on top, so we were getting like that ballpark figure, like purely on the quality of the van.
Yeah, so if you are doing a van conversion, whether you're doing it yourself or having it professionally done, always make sure that the van you're buying is of good quality,
Yeah.
and you can prove that it's been looked after.
Because putting £25,000 or whatever your budget on the van, putting that into something that isn't reliable, not going to last you, it's a waste of money. So we knew we needed something with quality and that was going to last.
And so this brings us on to our third point.
The must-haves for living in a van full-time.
So our layout, we decided on a L-shaped sofa that pulls out into a double bed. And I think what works best about this is the fact that you have this entrance in and out of the van. Not only that, you can sit in this area and have great views out the van, but then when we're having the children over or we're having guests or anybody stand, this pulls out into a double bed, so it makes up a space for 4 of us to be able to sleep. So let me show you how easy this corner couch turns into a bed. So this pulls out, legs come down, that holds it in place, and then we throw this cushion down, and then by the time we throw a sheet over it and lay some pillows, we have a good bed. And so it really is that simple. It takes 2 seconds, and it makes hosting people really easy.
And another must-have was for us to have a full-size kitchen and have everything that we need as you would do at home in this van. And as you can see, we have our 2-hob gas stove, boil our little kettle in the morning, and we also have our Thetford oven. And we can pretty much do meals for 4, meals for 2 every night. We cook breakfast, lunch and dinner in this, and we even make our toast from the grill. And another thing in our full kitchen is our storage for all of our pots and pans. That was a must-have for us, to have a lot of storage and extra space for us to cook more meals, plate up and stuff like that. And we also have our pantry, which was really important to us. So we have our teas, coffees, our herbs, vitamins, and then just the rest of our go-to pantry bits. And we also have a very decent sized sink. That was a big need for us, with really easy to clean and wash up hose pipe, and our filtered water was definitely important to us, because if we are traveling and the water's not as good in other countries, the filter does the job. And we also wanted a soap dispenser, because I didn't want just hand soap being flown around everywhere. This was such a good little thing that we added to the van as well. And we have very good under sink storage under here with all of our plates and cups, and we have everything, like literally everything we need underneath the kitchen, including our cutlery drawer.
Now the biggest question that I think is on most people's mind when it comes to van life is, how does the toilet shower combination work? And we believe we have probably one of the best combinations for shower and toilets. I'll show you exactly how it all fits together. So we decided on using the Simplu, which is really simple because it's split up in 2 compartments. You have the front compartment which collects the pee in a tub, and then you have the back compartment which collects your number 2s and your tissues. But the good thing about the Simplu toilet is it comes with a fan. So I'm going to show you exactly how the toilet and the fan are fitted in our van. What this does is it allows us to plug our toilet into a pipe that's extracting all of the fumes from the toilet. Now the good thing about this toilet shower combination is it's really simple to unplug and to remove the toilet out, where we can then jump in the shower. And we are now free to have the whole shower space for showering. So once the toilet's out, we are then ready to jump into the shower and to have a shower. So I'm going to give you an absolute van life hack. We found it in Lidl's or something like that, but it's absolutely amazing for helping us mop down the shower once we finish using it. So this is our window cleaner, but what it's brilliant for is when we're finished showering, we just turn it on and we mop down any water on the floor, any water on the windows, and then we're instantly ready to put the toilet straight back in. Not yet.
And another must-have for living full-time in a van was the amount of storage. You underestimate how much storage you can get in a van. So we have a lot of storage in here. You can fit so much over the cab space. That was something we planned last minute. Storage, storage, storage. And the best part of our storage was we actually have a wardrobe for hanging our stuff. And then more storage down here. More storage above our bed. And another must-have was to have a full-time fixed bed. I think people underestimate how long it takes to make beds, and we were not willing to do that because it's our full-time home. And we have a full-size double bed in the back of this van, and it's super comfortable. We've got a memory foam mattress which just squeezes in. It's probably a little bit smaller than double the space that we had, but having a full-size double mattress with memory foam allowed us to squeeze it in, as well as a mattress topper that makes it super comfortable, like you're on cloud 9. And this is the great space we have. Oh my god, this is so comfortable. And as you can see, I'm 5'4", and this is me on my pillow. I'm not even high up, and the box bit at the bottom allows us to have a little bit more room to fit. But most of the time, because David is, how tall are you?
6'1".
6'1", he sleeps like this, and you have so much room. And I pretty much sleep like this on him all night. But yeah, it fits me, Gino, and David. Super comfortable, super soft bed. And we even have some reading lights, which is quite nice. Nice mood lighting. And we also wanted to have a TV for our movie nights. That was one thing that we didn't want to compromise on, didn't we, baby? Yeah. Our movie nights are key. We love to watch a little bit of YouTube at the end of the day, or a little movie, and having the TV here was just essential for us. And then that brings us to another must-have, which is probably our last must-have, was the water system.
Yeah.
Because we needed a way to heat the van, heat our water, and we chose to have a combi boiler, and that has not failed us. So for us to have both hot water and central heating, a combi boiler was a no-brainer. It was a little bit more expensive, but it was so worth it, because literally
the combi boiler is perfect. We couldn't have picked a better way of heating and hot water in our van.
Yeah, and you can just set the temperature at a certain temperature. I'll always set it to 22, and it kicks in if it gets below 22, and it stops when it's at 22. So it's just been perfect, hasn't it? Yeah. And then the hot water is just it's great. One
other thing I am going to quickly say, the importance of having our max airflow fan and a open fan at the back of the van, because the circulation of the air, especially in the summer, has been...
It's been like 33 degrees at night sometimes.
Yeah.
And we've been fine.
This van, I think if you're doing your van conversion, make sure you get the insulation component right. We're not only are we insulated, but we also have a thermal wrap. And although you're in a van, like, we was worried about the heat, but we've been in 35-degree heat in this van, and it's stayed cool, which is unbelievable. Yeah. But having the circulation of air in a van is a must-have. Like, it's something we believe all van conversions should have.
Yeah, so it's a max air fan. Definitely so recommended. And then the skylight this side of the bed, we put the extractor on, and it extracts all the smells and the steam and everything as well. So,
and the sound of the fan is at the other end of the van, which is you wouldn't want that going off above your head. Above your head, so we got that really right.
Yeah, there's nothing I would change at all about this van.
No. And a big shout out to Alex at the Hills Campers for making this happen and turning our dream into a reality. So big shout out. And if you're interested in getting a professional conversion, definitely go check them out.
Yeah, and DM us if you do want to know more. If you've got any questions that we haven't answered in this video, we'll definitely do some more videos on van life. And yeah, 3 months in, we are absolutely loving it, and I'm not even joking, like, loving it. Like, there's not one thing I would change. We love it, and that's pure honest from our heart. Haven't done a winter yet, so we're due to do a winter this winter, so we'll definitely keep you updated on, you know, because at the moment we've got the outside space, and obviously we have our stable conversion as well when we're home. But yeah, so far we're so connected to nature in our van. We're so connected to each other.
Definitely with van life, you've got to have a solid relationship. There's no way you could live in a van if you're very hostile with your partner, or you know, you have a volatile relationship. It would never work.
Or if things annoy you about your partner.
Or things annoy you, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, it'll either bring you closer or it'll push you further apart. Van life's definitely a test of your relationship.
Yeah, I hope you like this little video, and we will be doing some more content like this. So we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Until next time, love the life you live.